Welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Susan Kennedy. The Montgomery County Council does much of its work in the offices at 100 Maryland Avenue. During this show, we take you outside those doors to see the fruits of their labor. And this time, we start with the Rockville Town Center. The city of Rockville has grown from a community of farmers and shop owners to the third largest city in the state of Maryland. Rockville is known for its booming technology corridor along I-270, as well as its amenities like parks and the arts. The bottom line here, the rebirth of a town that is now a destination location. But this wasn't always the case. Years ago, Rockville gutted its downtown and put in a mall. In the 80s, the town center suffered a period of decline and soon after became the first city in Maryland to undergo a government-funded revitalization. And thus began the transformation of this aging strip retail mall into a vibrant mixed-use development and focal point of the community. The redevelopment of Rockville was completed in 2007.
Well, this is a great urban park and has a nice feel to it. It's got a fountain that can be turned on and off.
This new town center has given the city a sense of community with the potential for so much more. What was it that made people realize that we needed something more here?
Well, there were a couple failed efforts along the way. The Rockville Mall did not succeed, and then what followed after that didn't have really a center to it. And I think Rockville really got it right over the last 10 years in using good urban design and town center design strategies to put this together.
This 60-acre project started with the construction of the anchor of the town center, the Rockville Library. The library was funded by the county, an investment Phil Andrews says has paid off.
This is the ideal sort of place for development in Montgomery County. It's right in the center of the county, in the county seat, next to a metro with very appealing businesses here already, and a nice mix of uses from residential, commercial, retail, theaters, movie theaters, and now a hotel.
It was this active civic, retail, and residential new neighborhood that attracted Marquise Evans to Rockville. A Montgomery County native, Evans manages Austin Grill at the town center. He is just what officials envisioned when planning the town center, a resident who lives and works right in downtown Rockville. He's affectionately known as the mayor of the town center. How is that, being a person who lives and works really close to home?
Well, you know, I live and work here, and literally in this building I live and work here. You know, I don't mind. I like seeing the friendly faces every day. I always know what's going on in the neighborhood, so if there's something happening, they always call me and say, Mike, you gotta get downstairs, guess who's here? So fortunate for me, that works out in my favor.
But it hasn't always been smooth sailing for the Rockville Center during these initial years. After opening in 2007, the economy began to decline, forcing some businesses to close and leaving much of the residential development unoccupied. Who doesn't love a toy store?
You know, that's why I've been doing this for almost 25 years.
The owner of Toy Kingdom says it's been tough to keep his doors open.
I know in the beginning it struggled as far as the residences. They were trying to sell them and then they turned them into rental property. What kind of a factor do you think that plays into the success of the business here?
Huge, huge, because we don't see people that actually live in these places. They're renting, so they're temporary. They move in and out. And we don't get the same amount. In the beginning, they were promised people with good income to live in these places, but we don't get that anymore. So that has been a huge part of the problems in this area.
1, 2, 3, all right.
Recently, officials broke ground in Rockville on the new corporate headquarters for Choice Hotels. When the facility is complete in 2 years, more than 400 Choice employees will be relocated to the new facility, yet adding another piece to the puzzle in the success of the town center.
Our future is intertwined with Rockville's, especially since this is the place that people see when they come to visit the county government and the county council, the county executive, and our departments. They come to Rockville, and the county has a very strong interest in helping Rockville continue to be a great place. It's a thriving community for a long time, wonderful people, but the county very much has a stake in Rockville.
They actually use batteries so you can pull.
We had one
trains.
of those, yes.
They love those.
We had one of those. Yeah, those are really fun.
Retailers like Carlos and Marquise also see a bright future for the Rockville Town Center. Parking in the garages at the town center is now free, and there are plans to upgrade the plaza with more seating and shade trees. And with a new grocery store on the way, hopes are high that more folks will make their way to the town center.
What has made you decide to stick it out here?
I see future. I have confidence, I have faith. I think what I hear from people about the store, they love the product. I think we will do fine one day.
There's only one way. There has to be a foundation. The foundation's in the community. You know, whether it's the school built down the street or the high school which Montgomery across the street, it has to be the most top priority on your list, being a merchant, being a resident, whoever you are, to know that the community's come together to do something good. Fortunately for us at Austin Grill, you know, we've been able to reap the benefits and work with the best people and trying to hopefully make that happen.
The Long Branch Athletic Association offers constructive activities for county youth who live east of Silver Spring through organized team sports. The bottom line, kids who are empowered to build self-confidence, leadership, and teamwork skills, which then positively impacts them as students and community members. We caught up with some of the youngest members of the group as they took to the turf to play soccer. For anyone who's been involved in sports at one time or another during their life knows it's a great way to make friends.
Thank you! Thank you!
And that's what the folks with Impact Silver Spring were hoping would happen when they formed the Tacoma Soccer League.
I think sports is just a phenomenal avenue to engage the community because it's just so natural for people. You know, whether they're from here or from another country, they grew up playing sports themselves, and it's just a very kind of light way for people to just be bumping into each other and developing relationships in their neighborhood.
Folks from Impact Silver Spring look for residents who can establish trust with their neighbors through meaningful conversation.
It's just such an important and wonderful partnership, again, because there are way too many children and families who just can't afford, you know, to pay perhaps the fee for, you know, a soccer league or sign up your children for private basketball classes and things of that nature. And this provides an opportunity for children to participate in athletics. It provides an opportunity to learn about teamwork, to learn the, you know, importance of ownership of your community.
Armando Hernandez ran a successful youth soccer organization in El Salvador for many years before coming to the Silver Spring area. Armando was just the person Impact Silver Spring was looking for to help them weave their safety net.
Before, a lot of these teams were basically run by outside volunteers, so a lot of college students and other folks who don't actually live in the community, because there's this idea that the parents themselves didn't have the time or capacity or interest in running these teams. He's actually, I think, he's broken down that mythology, and so he's, I think, given folks kind of a model to look up to, because he's shown it is actually really possible. He has a job during the day, a lot of other things going on, yet he still comes out here 4 hours a week, spends an hour a week calling the parents, calling the kids, because he wants to, and he's dedicated to the kids, and the parents are too, and so it's really opened up kind of a whole new realm of possibility that a lot of folks didn't think was possible.
The Tacoma Soccer League now has more than 30 parents who have stepped up to the plate. These folks have come together not only to help with soccer, but to build genuine relationships with their neighbors. Relationships they may not have had the opportunity to develop otherwise.
Well, you know, it sends a strong message to the kids that, you know, my parents care and they're involved in my life, and they're involved in my school, and they're involved in my community. And we oftentimes find, you know, parents who are working 3 jobs, and, you know, it's very difficult to make ends meet. And this provides that structured opportunity for that parent that so much wants to participate in the life of their child.
Una de las razones para poder combatir la vagancia, la drogadicción.
One really important thing is it helps in the development of the kids, so to be able to avoid having them fall into kind of some of the constant threats around drug addiction and other kind of issues that plague this community. When the parents are more involved, it shows other kind of positive alternatives to those kind of worse things, and so most fundamentally it's about the education of the kids, and they have to be involved because no one can educate their kids better than the parents themselves.
My thing is to be enjoying with my son to be a player, because that's good for the future when he can grow up, you know, be a nice boy and don't be in the street and, you know, don't waste the time out. You know, right here it's a good thing to do it for him. And I appreciate all the people that do this for the kid, and that's what I come all the time over here.
I think it's really important for the parents to be involved because it just gives them another avenue to be connected with their kids, to be connected with other parents, and to be connected with just kind of the social infrastructure of the county.
Oh yeah, we have all kind of friends, you know, every time when I see them in the street or on the mall, they say, hey, how you doing?
Building bridges through soccer is just one of the many ways Impact Silver Spring is working to support the diversity in the community for positive change.
For more information on the Tacoma Soccer League or other programs through the Long Branch Athletic Association, visit lbaa-md.org. From soccer to baseball, most kids play both sports on dirt and grass, but that bumpy terrain isn't the best for kids with disabilities, especially those with walkers or wheelchairs. But at one Montgomery County field, all kids are encouraged to get on the field and play ball. And the bottom line here is literally a miracle.
I look forward to many exciting games here at the Washington National Miracle Field, located here in Montgomery County.
Zimmerman and a host of other nationals were on hand for the official dedication ceremony of this new field, which will be home to the Miracle League of Montgomery County. Unlike the usual baseball field, the Miracle Field has a rubber surface which allows players in wheelchairs or walkers to play baseball safely.
We've always touted and talked to people about making sure that we promote health and fitness, and it should know no boundaries. And so it's great to have an opportunity for kids with disabilities to be able to have that as well.
Well, they get an opportunity to play a sport that we all love and play with their friends that are of equal ability with them, so it makes them feel comfortable and accepted, and we all enjoy it. It gets the whole family out to come enjoy a great sport.
The Miracle Field is the dream of Jim Leader, who told us he could not get the idea of the field out of his head after he saw the first one back in 2006.
Our mission was that every child deserves a chance to play baseball, all right? Now we're giving them the chance. You see kids here in wheelchairs. They're all forms of disability. They're going to go out there and they're going to have a good time.
The field is located in the South Germantown Recreational Park. The project is the result of a collaborative effort between the Washington Nationals, the Kiwanis Club, and county government.
We have equal access for a lot of young kids who would not have an opportunity to play sports such as baseball. It's safe, it's adequate for them, and you get the joy and excitement that you see in so many of the families for an opportunity for us to provide this kind of facility.
This is home, and it was just the opportunity presented itself with Dr. Leader and Robbie Brewer, and it was just an absolute no-brainer for our family. We were ecstatic about it, and everything has gone pretty smoothly since we jumped on board.
Let's go cut the ribbon and play baseball.
After the dedication ceremony, the kids took to the field and played a game of ball with Washington Nationals players Zimmerman and Sean Burnett.
There you go.
All of the Miracle League players also have buddies to assist them as needed.
You're helping kids that are disabled do something that they enjoy, but they don't get the opportunity to do a lot because, of course, there isn't these at every corner.
And how does it make you feel to do this?
It makes me feel great that I can help out everybody else.
Watching all their friends and everything play baseball, and now they can come out and they have their own field and they can play baseball. So I think it's big for the Nationals to give back, and you know, it's going to be a good day.
Though the field has been designed for kids with special needs, it will be open to anyone who wants to play ball.
That's all we have for this edition of The Bottom Line. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for tuning in.